Welcome to this full body combination tower and reformer workout. For those of you that have requested more of these workouts, this is purely about getting more familiar with your equipment, more familiar with how to set up exercises to establish more challenge of stability. All right, so that's going to be our objective today. If you are new to incorporating tension from the reformer and the tower, check out the video I have in my description. I'll link it. It's all about the spring tension, and it talks a lot about how to do both and how to remain true to the objective of what you're trying to do versus just tacking on springs and trying to make something harder. Really think about the exercise that you're doing. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. First position will be in a 4-point on the reformer, and that's because I want to just give your spine a little bit of mobility before we begin. Let's make sure our bed is secure. I have 3 red full springs on. I'm going to go ahead and face my tower. I've got my hands underneath my shoulders and my knees under my hips, okay? So from this position, I'm going to go ahead and start with a cat-cow, rounding the spine, scooping, exhaling. As I inhale, I open up, lengthen. As I exhale, as I inhale, and exhale. And inhale. Very nice. From that position, I want you to go ahead and bring your hands on your shoulder blocks. You're going to place your right foot on the outside of your shoulder block right here and come up for a half kneeling position. We're going to interlace our hands, reach up to the sky, open up through the trunk and the chest. Take a nice deep breath. Excellent. From that position, hands come behind your head. Just 3 rotations. We're going to go towards the right. Push down through your right foot. There's an exhale. We're going to tuck pelvis, rotate towards our right. Inhale back at center. So some exercises we have on the menu today, we incorporate a half kneeling position. We want to make sure that our back thigh is getting a good stretch right here. Come on back to our center. Replace your hands back on those blocks. Other foot, other side. We tuck pelvis. We get nice and tall. Hands come behind our head. We hold. We exhale, rotate. 1, 2, inhale. Exhale, 2. And inhale, tuck your pelvis, you guys. Exhale, 3. And inhale. Great. Let's go ahead and bring our hands back down to this mat surface. From that position, I want to go ahead and push through my arms, get nice and stable in my spine. Now, with my right knee, I'm just going to do 3 of my hip cars. I'm going to pull my right knee into chest, right knee out to side, foot to ceiling, and pull in. Elbows are long. Do that again. Here's 2. Push and in. And 3, just priming our hip joint. We go the other direction. It's a push, out, and under. And a push, out, and under. Keep that spine neutral. Push, out, and under. Pause right here. Deep breath. Other leg. Pull in, come out, push up, pull under. And 2. Push and under. We have to prime those hips. A little bit of leg work today. And back. Let's reverse. We push out and under. 2, out and under. And 3, out and under. Very nice. Excellent job. Let's go ahead and stand to the side. I need to change my spring tension and bring my bar up. So I'm going to grab my Allegro 2-foot bar, draw that up. And now what I need to do with my spring tension is incorporate my Footwork spring. We will be using the tower springs in just a moment. So I want to do some single leg. Typically what we have for single leg is 2 full springs and a half spring. So I'll do 2 red and a blue. Now, with the other spring that will be attached to my leg, I know it's going to give me a little bit help on the way in. So I want a little more spring down here to pull my bed, okay? So I'm going to turn one of those reds into a button. So I have one full red, regular, one blue, and a red button, all right? So we're going to begin with this side. I've got my long yellow on my tower with my loop attachment. And for my Allegro 2, it is on the third eyelet from the bottom. Okay, so just below my push-through bar. That's my setting. Bring your friend with you. We're going to come down to our back. From here, I want to go ahead and place it all the way over my thigh on my right side. I've got my head here on my headrest, neutral pelvis, and now I'm just going to place my right heel hip distance. My left leg is bent at tabletop. I'm going to test the spring and push it out and slowly in. Now, what do I feel with this added tension? My hamstring is pushing into the back of the loop. I push the hamstring towards the floor. I really feel those glutes and hamstrings, and I gently bend in. So it does matter. It does take the muscle focus into a different part of the body. And I'm eccentrically controlling that back. I love this series. It feels so good on the legs. Pushing out. Inhale in. Keep this active leg on the side. Feeling that all the way through. Parallel stance. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Come back and in. Let's pause for a moment here. Now notice I've got my headrest down, and that's for a reason. I want this foot that's connected to that spring tension to push really, really hard into the bar, okay? So my arch of my foot is really working. My other leg is at a tabletop. I'm going to push through my legs, through my arms, and lift and hold a bridge, and then roll my body carefully down all the way. So this leg just goes for the ride. You lift the pelvis up, 2. You roll the body back. Notice the difference, right? You're working with the spring tension under you and that other leg. We have 2 more. Bridging up, rolling down all the way. Whew, nice job. Now with the right set of toes, we're back on the bar, and my other leg stays in tabletop for the moment. Now, as I lengthen my right, I'm going to actually lengthen my left. I'm going to keep my neutral pelvis, and I come up and extend, and back and in. Keep that left leg active. Exhale, 2. Inhale in. Exhale, 3. Inhale in. Exhale, 4. Inhale in. And 5. Think of really reaching both legs together, keeping that pelvis neutral. And in. And in. 8. And in. Last 2, it's an exhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come back and pause. Okay, so now we have one more round of those bridges. We get the arch of the foot back on the right side. We have a tabletop with the left. We have lots of energy through the arms, rolling through the spine. Think of lifting up to hold and then rolling it back and down. Be mindful of those hips. Exhaling 2. Rolling back down. Work with that spring tension, guys. Exhale 3. 2 more times. Bed is nice and still. 4. We have one more. Nice and strong to the top. And rolling back and down. Beautiful job. We're going to pause right here. We're going to push out on my left leg to take this strap off for the moment. And it's just going to live in my right hand. So from this position, I still have my spring that I just used on my leg. What I want to think about here is bending my elbow. Now, I'm just going to secure my body by going into a tabletop position. All I want to think about is reaching the arm up, keep the tension on the spring, and then pull it back. So this is abdominals, keep your spine, and then you're just reaching, it's a little bit tricep, and bend. And 3, and bend. And 4. So resisting forces, right? That spring is really heavy. If you push to the ceiling, you're resisting with your other side of your oblique. And 5. And of course, you're keeping tension on the arm as you bend and extend, which becomes a tricep exercise. And push. Last 2. One more time. Oblique is also firing on that right. Beautiful job. Replace the feet. Now you can release your spring from where you are. And then we're just going to come up to grab the other spring and come on back. So I'm going to go ahead and find my spring here. I've got to do my other leg. Safest place to do it is just grab it from here and then come on down. Okay, here we go. Back for our footwork. A little different, huh, guys? Let's bring this all the way back behind this left leg now and just get organized. Let's go ahead and start with our footwork. Here we go. I've got pointed leg on my right, flexed on my left, grounding and push into that spring tension. Now feel that pushing down with the hamstring, the glute. Full extension. Exhale. 2, inhale. And 3. Inhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Really feel the back of the leg push downwards. You're not hyperextending your knee, but you're thinking of just lengthening completely into the tension. And push. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Beautiful job. Come back and in. Let's pause for a moment. Now, we're going to get the arch of the foot connected. We've got our arms long, other leg in tabletop. We're going to bridge by pushing down to lift up 1. And rolling down. Really use that hamstring. Exhale 2. Slowly coming back. Exhale 3. Controlling that leg in space. And 4. And 5. Beautiful. Slowly come all the way back. We're going to pause here. We transfer to the toes. We get that higher heel. And with this other leg, we're going to be kicking towards the ceiling. So as you push out together, extend and bend. Exhale 2 and bend. Exhale 3. Think of the length in those legs. 4 and bend. Exhale 5 and bend. 6. Lengthening, but really keeping that effort as you go. One more time. Here we go. All the way and back and in. Pause right here. We're going to come on back for that same bridge. Arch of the foot is on top. Other leg is tabletop. You're going to push down to lift 1. Roll your body. Down to lift 2. Roll your body. Really feel that support system. Here's 3. Push into that spring tension. And a 4. One more time right here. It's an exhale. 5. Slowly come down. Now we push out. We pull that spring into my left arm. I'm going to wiggle down a little bit from my shoulder blocks. I go tabletop leg position. I pull my abdominals down. Now I feel that heavy spring. I push into it. And right here, I'm going to be bending. Keep everything stable. Push 1. And bend. Woo, tricep 2. Feel the oblique really anchor down. Every time you bend and extend that elbow. Keep going. Here is 8. Last one. Nice job, you guys. Go ahead and replace that. You can gently push out and let go of your spring tension. Excellent job. Let's get ready for the next group of exercises. Next up, what we're going to do is go to 1 full spring. So remove that red button, remove your blue. Lower your foot bar completely flat. And we're using our roll down bar. So I've got my roll down bar, second eyelet from the top, short yellow springs. I'm going to grab my bar from the center. And remember, you have 1 spring on, which means the bed is going to move. So don't be alarmed when you come down onto the knees. And I'm in a collapsed kneeling position. So I'm going to grab the outsides of the hardware. Now notice the bed is already moving, right? The objective of this exercise is to really feel the front of your thighs stretching and getting some back extension. Don't rush it, move with your springs. What I'm going to do is start to slowly push my hips forward as I inhale into back extension. Still keeping my bum on my heels, and I exhale, pull back and forward. Okay? So for some of you, if that's too much, go halfway. For me, I'm pushing my shins into that mat. Inhale and exhale. Feels really good. So you're tucking your pelvis, your rib cage is pulled in, but you're leaning back and pulling forward. Feels great after doing that type of footwork. 2 more. One more time right here, just hinging. Let everything reach, and pulling back and forward. Excellent. Now bringing our left hand to the middle of that roll down bar. What I want to do from here is think of reaching and rotating. So I'm coming back, I'm reaching, rotating. Exhale, pull back. And again, reaching out. Work with the spring tension. Notice the bed's not bouncing around. So you're really pulling with your center to come up. And 3. And using the obliques. 2 more. Reaching out, pulling in. And last one right here. So we have that rotation of the trunk, obliques, pulling you back and in. Let's try the other side. Steady the bed, other hand center. I reach out, leaning. I gently pull the way up. And I reach out. Control the spring. And reach. And back. We have 2 more. Reaching out. 1 more time. Lots of control in that trunk for that exercise. Let's grab on the outsides of the hardware. We're going to gently come up to a full tall kneeling position. So notice again, you have One full spring on there. What I want to think about here, tucking the pelvis forward, tall body. Slowly pull that bar down towards your thighs. You're going to move a little bit right about there and gently back. So notice that because you have a moving surface, the range of motion is a little bit different. It's different than being on the tower. It's different than being on the reformer. Push down. Inhale back. But wow, what a difference in that exercise. You have the back of your body working right here. You have the front of your body working. It is a tough one. It doesn't look like much. Pushing down, gently back, and push. Slowly back. You'll notice if you're moving too fast, if you're bumping, if you're going in too quickly. Okay, you want both springs to slowly lengthen together and decrease that length. Last 3. Slow. And 2. Slow. And 1. Work with your springs and pause. Excellent job from there. Now, what I'd like to do is hold on to the bar with my left hand. From there, hold the bar in the center. You're going to draw your right foot to the outside of the shoulder block. You can wiggle backwards. Now we're back in a half kneeling position. What I want to focus on here is really maintaining my spring tension under me with lots of control, as well as the front. So it might not look like a lot, but there's a lot of stability going on because you're working against 2 forces. Lengthen your body, drive through your right side, tuck your hip, and then here we go. I'm going to roll my body, squeezing 1, lengthening slowly, squeezing 2, and slow, squeezing 3, and slow. Exhale, 4, and slow. Exhale, 5. Notice what happens if you go too fast. You're going to create some of this bumping either in front of you or behind you with the bed. Keep going. We got 4 more. And 3. Exhale, 2. And 1. Beautiful job. Now that's for the right side. You're going to hold on to the bar, place your foot back, your hand on the shoulder block to switch legs. Find that half kneeling that makes sense for you. Lots of stability. Tuck your hips here. Row the bar, squeeze your body, and lengthen. So you got traveling surface under your body. You're thinking of keeping the arms long. And again. And 5. Squeezing with each one. 6. Exhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Here is 9. Breathing, you guys, using that left foot. And 10. We're going to pause right there. Bring your hand to the middle of the bar to secure that. Hand on the shoulder block. And draw your thigh bones all the way back to your blocks here. So I've got the bed still with that 1 red spring. And I'm in a tall kneeling this time. So tuck your hips. We're going to go for thigh stretch. Nice straight arms, rib cage pulled down. I inhale back, hinge, hinge, hinge. I exhale, pull forward. So yes, your bed will move as you do this exercise. Inhale, 2, exhale, and that will actually take a little bit of pressure off your knees. Inhale, 2, exhale. Keep your eyes forward, looking at the top of the tower. 2, exhale. 2 more times, you got it. 1 more time, you guys. Big stretch and all the way up. Beautiful job. Nice job with that series. Let's go ahead and gently dismount. We're going to bring our bar back where it is. And then next we'll be adding the long box. This next exercise is very challenging. If you need to adjust your spring tension either from the reformer or from the tower, you do that. I have my long yellows, again on the third eyelet from the bottom. I've got my strap attached and I have a single blue spring. This is a kickback exercise. Now the bed's going to prevent me from going up to a certain point, which means my body is going to have to push into that heavy spring that's attached to my foot. So just be mindful of the setup for this. It's advanced and does require a lot of core. From this position, I'm going to go ahead and begin holding my spring for my right leg from my tower. I come onto the box first, and I have to do a little bit of work to pull my spring and anchor it on my foot. Once I'm here, I'm very secure. Hands are on the corners of the bar. My knee on the left is in the center. This leg is down here. So yes, you have a blue spring. If you are going too fast, you're gonna be bumping around. This is what it looks like. It's a kickback. We go nice and slow. I push, I push, I push, I push into that heavy, heavy spring. Hold it. Now this is where it really has to work, right? Hold what you got. Slowly come down. Super slow. When I mean super slow, that blue spring wants to bounce you back in. Okay, let's do that again. Exhale. Full body hold. Slowly come back and in. Nice, you guys. Take it slow. Work with both springs, right? Slowly back in. Last two. Slowly back in. One more time. Just like you're going through mud, squeeze, 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 and very slow, return it back. So that is a lot of work indeed on the obliques as well. To support you, slowly make your way back. You can release your spring. And then let's go for the other side. Climb off. It's different. It's a little tricky, but I like challenging clients and myself with the combination work because it's so different. Not for the novice, for sure. Now here I am for the other side. I'm gonna feed that onto my foot. I just have 5 of these. They are a little bit more intense for that. So let's go hands in the corners, knee in the middle, leg out to side. So strong body. We're pulling back, squeezing back here. Okay, coming back down. Take your time on the way down. That's your eccentric. That's your control. That's all your effort. Exhale, 2. Lift, 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 and gently back. Exhale, 3. Reaching up and back, slowly back down. 2 more. Push through that leg. Reach it back. Nice, you guys. One more time. Reach, reach, squeeze it, hold it. Nice. And slowly come on back. Beautiful. Take that off your foot gently. Careful as you come in. We're going to step off to the side. Excellent. Let's go ahead. We're going to take our box to a short box. Turn that around right here. Excellent. So for this one, we're just going to use the tower with our hands. We don't have to hold on to any spring tension. If you want to make some space, you can bring your springs out of the way, and that will just give you a little bit more space down there. So this is going to be a pull-up exercise, and for some of you, it's a little bit challenging to really get the lats to work in certain exercises. This is one of my favorites because it's very, very functional, right? Overhead, pull the body. Fantastic exercise. What I want to do is just make sure I have a blue spring. Now, if you want something heavier, you can go ahead and do that. But I want to start here. Blue spring. I'm going to go ahead and make sure my pelvis is on the box. Bra line is off. I'm going to climb up and I'm grabbing right here. Now, my legs are engaged. They're not floppy. I'm lifting through. I'm looking down. As I exhale, squeeze your bum. Pull your body in. Hold. 1, 2, 3, and lengthen. Repeat that. Don't let your body cave in. 1, 2, 3, and lengthen. Okay, so you're not trying to flick your head up as you go through the arms, but you're trying to keep your pelvis down, squeezing your glutes. And 4, 2, 3, and lengthen. Exhale. 5, 2, 3, and lengthen. The objective is lats and back extension, a little bit of hip extensors. 2, 3, and lengthen. Last 4. Really feel that little isometric at the top. Pulling in and lengthen. Last 2, you guys. Pulling in. 2, 3, and lengthen. One more time we go. Lift. 2, 3 as we pull and back to pause. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my hands back to my white panels for a moment. Pause right here. Deep breath. And then I still want to keep my body on this short box surface. So you can go ahead and wiggle forward if needed. A little bit of pubic bone pushing down. And what I want to think about here is arms are long. They're in front of my body. Legs are long. They are connected to the platform for now. What I want to do is reach my right arm up. Draw the arm back down. Reach my left arm up. Draw back down. Notice you have your glute, your hamstring of that opposing leg working. Keep going. It's a lift and lower of the arm. It's a lift and lower and lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more each side. Pelvis stays grounded. And your last one. Beautiful job. Excellent. We're going to slowly push back off of that short box. Nice work, you guys. And go ahead and take your short box to the side. We'll get that out of the way. And I'll be bringing my bar up for the next exercise. And I want to make sure that my safety strap, or safety pin rather, is connected so my bar doesn't move and it's really safe. All right, so with that position, now we're going to focus on a little more full body movement. I want to have one red spring, remove the blue, and this is the front support. This is not using the tower, but it's a fantastic advanced exercise for those of you that are comfortable on your wrists holding the shoulder blocks. There's different variations, but today we're going to do the traditional one. I'm going to help you set up. Make sure, I'll say this before we start, that you are not dumping into your elbows or into your shoulder area. I want you to push active plank, try to protract and use that serratus. So to start this exercise, we go hands on the blocks. We push into that and already feel that. Then I go foot on the bar. One foot pushes me out. I connect with my spine. Give me that little tuck and push through the arms. Now I lift and I bring my other foot to the bar. Okay, so this is your first position. You're in a full plank. The exercise is an inhale with the arms forward, exhale under. Inhale, exhale. Don't lose your plank. Here's 6, 7, gripping those shoulder blocks. 8, 9, one more. Pause. Gently replace one leg. Coming in nice and slow, relaxing through your wrists for a moment. Deep breath. Great exercise. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is something similar, but we're going to be adding the knee bent, pulling into our chest. That just really challenges, obviously, pushing out on spring tension through our shoulders, but also through the obliques. Okay, so just a little bit of an added bonus for that front support position. Control front. We got this, guys. Here we go. Foot on the block. Push into your arms. Lengthen the leg. Lift the other leg. Here we go. Okay, so the bend doesn't move for this version. We're just pulling one knee in. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. Find the bar. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. 3, and 3. Almost there, you guys. 4, and 4. Here's 5. Last one. Beautiful. Hold it. Breathe. Gently replace your knee down. Good job. Excellent job. All right, you guys, we'll go ahead and move on to the next group of exercises. Next up, we're going to be using that roll down bar. I'm going to go to the second from the top eyelet. And from that position, I have one red on. Now, this is just another great bonus feature is the fact that you guys can get a little bit of assisted stretching using the tower and the reformer. I'm going to climb onto my reformer bed. Remember, it's going to move. And I've got my mermaid position. So if you want your foot bar down, you can do that. I'm just going to reach today over my foot bar. I'm going to reach over first. And now here's this beautiful counter stretch that I can create as the bed moves in, I move over. Inhale, 2, exhale. And inhale. Feels so good. I like to think of like a little typewriter, reaching the hips and pulling over. Control the bed if you feel it bouncing. And 4. Slowly pulling in with that spring. And 5. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then pausing here. We're going to grab the outsides of the hardware. Returning to face our tower. Now from this position, all I want you to do is think about rotating your body, leaning back slightly, stretching the oblique, and then lifting back up. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, lift. Inhale, 2, exhale. 2 more. 1 more time. So good, excellent. Now you can hold on to the bar. You can transfer by using your hand here and just facing the other direction. Hand in the middle of the bar. Remember the bed is moving. And here we go. I reach over the bar and I reach up and over as I come in. I reach over the bar and inhale and reach and over and reach and back. Looking good, you guys. Think of controlling that spring as you reach, you roll over, 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 reaching for the top of that tower. Feels so good. Last 3. And 2. And your last one. All right, we're going to grab the outsides of the hardware. We're going to face that area, hold. We're going to hinge and up and 2 and 3. Last 2, you guys. One more time. And 5. Beautiful. Bring your hand in the middle. You're going to slowly bring your legs to be in contact with the floor. Gently stand up and return your bar. Thanks so much for joining me for today's combination workout using the Allegro 2 reformer setup with the Tower of Power from Balanced Body. If you guys have questions about the exercises we did in this routine, drop them in the comment box below. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do and give this video a thumbs up. And be sure to check out the description for more information about Balanced Body equipment. I have a 5% discount code for each of you if you want to invest in either adding a tower to your existing model that you have or getting a brand new reformer like this with the tower setup. It's amazing. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.